So I have not heard a lot of people talk about this as of late, but we absolutely have to talk about the recession that's coming up. Most of us lived through the early 2000s recession, where the stock market crashed and everybody just kind of went underwater for a little bit. But keep in mind, back then, housing prices and living expenses and all of that was kind of equally reflecting the wages and minimum wage. Let's talk about today. So this graph was made in 2020, so it doesn't even begin to reflect how bad it's gotten over the last 2 years. But if you look at the black line down at the bottom, that is the median household income. It really has not gotten much higher or much lower over the past 50 years. But if you look at the blue line above that, that is the average home value. And that doesn't reflect like what they are actually worth, but with housing prices and how expensive it is to buy a house or rent a house, that number has just shot straight up and it hasn't gone down and it hasn't leveled out whatsoever. So we got minimum wage and wages, and then we got housing prices. So now we're here in 2022 and the minimum wage in Colorado is $12.56. Now next year they're going to raise it to $13.25, right? So much money. The median home cost in Colorado right now with the $13 minimum wage is $500,000. And generally the cheapest rent that you can find in Colorado for a 1-bedroom is about $2,000. Tell me how Gen Z is going to even begin to get through this recession. So I make $9 an hour and I get tipped because I'm a server. My boyfriend makes $17.50 an hour because he's a cook. My wages fluctuate a little bit because I'm tipped, so when people are spending more money and making more money, like around the holidays, I get paid a little bit more, but his wage stays almost exactly the same, if not get taxed more. Our rent for a 1-bedroom apartment in a semi-nice area, we have a dishwasher and a washer and dryer. Our rent plus utilities is almost $3,000. Even split between 2 people working 40 to 50 hours a week. Mind you, I'm pregnant, so I'm working a little bit less than I was before because I'm absolutely exhausted. We don't even begin to cover rent. And on bad months, we can't afford to eat. We can't afford other bills. We can't afford to take our pets to the vet. We can't afford anything. And the recession hasn't even hit yet. And I make more money than most of the people that I know that are around my age. And I am absolutely drowning. Tell me how this generation is going to be okay. Tell me how we're not going to become homeless over the next couple of years because housing prices are going to get so high that we can't afford to rent anything, let alone buy a house. How?